Barbara, while I'm talking to Kathleen, find a way to lower your hand. You already did it. Good for you, and so did Kathleen. Kathleen, how can I help you?
Hi, hi everyone. Yeah, thanks for your lead. One thing that helps me get clearer that you really reminded me of is, I think about people I know who are very clear, like you, and I've been listening to Muji lately and Adyashanti, for example. And rather than thinking of these people as clearer than me, and it's like, oh, what's wrong with me? I need to get there, is just to remember that, no offense, but none of you exist. And
no offense taken.
Good. What you are your bright parts of my mind, in the sense of, I don't exist either. You are like bright parts of consciousness, and it appears to be like in my mind. And so nobody has a clarity that I don't have. If it's rising in my mind, then it's my clarity. So if I want to increase my sense of clarity, then I gravitate towards those teachers and listen to them and follow them. And it's pretty cool to feel like I'm as clear as the clearest, wisest person there is.
Absolutely are.
Yeah, and that person is arising in my mind to help me. So if I want to be clear, I just let more of that through.
You turn your attention to that, because whatever you turn your attention to will expand in your experience. And when you turn your attention toward something, then by nature, but by default, you're taking your attention away from something else. And when you're putting your attention on on clarity, when you're turning attention onto attention itself, you're withdrawing that attention from the separate self.
And that's, by the same token, that's why I appreciate the satsang too, because I know everybody here is putting their attention on clarity. And I'm kind of lazy too. I like the idea of just clearing up by osmosis. I can just hang out here and listen and absorb everybody's clarity. And it's nice. Everybody else is doing the work for me.
Yeah, because the clearing happens through association with your own clarity, because there's no other clarity but yours.
Right.
You are clarity. So this is the reason that retreats sometimes work, is that you go and there's this tremendous association with clarity. In the awakening sessions and dialogues that I do with people, it is what I do is, without their knowing it even, is that I right from go I bring them into association with their true nature. Those of you who've been through the old awakening sessions know that I started with, whether it was when I wrote the book of Undoing or afterwards, that there was some version of coming to notice your sense of being right off the go. And within the first 5 minutes, you're noticing, so I have a sense of being. Okay, next. But what you don't notice is that you're already focusing on your true nature. And by that, so I'm working on your true nature. I'm never trying to wake up a Barbara or a Mike or a Kathleen. It's always wake myself up over there. In other words, just get the clarity that's seen here to shine forth over there. So and that has nothing to do with bodies and personalities, but the awakeness the occlusions to awaken include bodies and personalities, desires, opinions, all of these things that we use to separate ourselves, because there's a sense, and when we're taught that way, and in America it's just we're really taught to be that pull your stuff up by your bootstraps and you do it, Mr. Individual Man, and individual freedoms and all this stuff, so that the notion of individuality is just taken by default. I mean, you know, right? I mean, I just was listening to even this thing on death, and you know, you'll hear it's just go that sense of self is just, it's a default for this guy, and he has a lot of insight. And he's taught me a lot, and I'm very pleased for it. But I don't subscribe. But I'm glad I'm not him, and because it's that fundamental, unquestioned first assumption that throws us for the rest of our lives, which is I am this. And that, as the older we get, the deeper that goes. But the good news is it seems like a lot of times the older we get, the more the less we are willing to hang on to that.
Yeah, I've had this sense of, when you're talking about being disembodied, when I'm feeling that or feeling really clear, sometimes I feel like I'm a puppet, and I'm really the puppeteer, and it's just, I'm sort of like operating this body, but and watching it, but I'm not the body.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. There's a lot of clarity over there when there's clarity over there, Kathleen.